Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear fellow members, Assalamu alaikum and very good evening. It is indeed an honor for me to be here as a speaker on the topic of export of accounting services in the North American market. For this, I would like to thank the Southern Regional Committee of the Institute for inviting me on this occasion. Dear friends, I think in today's session, our membership would be provided an excellent opportunity to see the challenges and at the same time opportunities available in exporting the accounting services from Pakistan. But most importantly, that how to resolve these challenges in order to obtain a sustainable growth in the North American market in terms of the export of accounting services. Dear fellow members, it's been a long time. I have been on the podium of ICAP. It's a break of around 5 years since I left as my position as the president of the institute. So I'm very excited to speak to you, which was at norm after every 10-15 days or even at least a month or so. So I'm very excited for that. And on a lighter note, just a couple of weeks ago, there was a seminar on sustainability and environment. I was present there. And some of my well-wishers told me that, Riyasab, after retiring from EY, you are ever looking young and smart. So on the way back home, I fell down very badly right in front of the institute and broke both of my ankles. So I hope this would not be the case today. You are all my well-wishers. So that's on a lighter note. Dear members, let me give you a little bit of background of joining the BPO as International Business Advisor since January 2023. When I retired from EY after serving them 36 years as their country leader, Audit and Assurance, I thought I have to contribute to the profession and should not sit idle at home. And at the same time, my ex-colleagues of EY, they invited me to join their hands in this business of the business process outsourcing, which I thought is a totally different from what I used to do for last 36 years. And it's very exciting and challenging in the international market. So I decided to join hands with them in January. Now, before proceeding to the core subject of export of outsourcing services, it is pertinent to give you a little bit of background of the BPO, my current organization. At this stage, I don't want to promote or market their services, but just to give you a flavor that how it takes an organization to be in that business and how much time they take from the staff. And one partner in 2014 and 3-4 staff rose to around 4 partners and 160 to 70 professionally qualified accountants working with us. So it's a journey of 9 years. The BPO was started by my partner Jawad in 2014 as a sole proprietor with 3-4 staff and primarily serving the Middle East market through his own personal connections. And it went on for around 3 years. And then after the 3-4 years, he realized that there is an enormous amount of opportunity and growth available in the other markets as well. So he inducted another partner in 2018. And then the staff strength rose from 5-6 people to 12 to 15 people. Then after passing 2-3 years, these two gentlemen thought that still there is a lot of capacity in the market, a lot of opportunities are there, so why not to induct one more? So they approached one more of their friends, ex-EY colleague, and he joined the BPO, who used to work with me as well as a director in EY. So he joined them in 2020 with a vision to increase the volume of business and variety of business as well. So from then onwards, in the span of 2 years, they rose their strength from 15 to 100 and 110 when I joined BPO in 2023 January. And currently, we employ around 170 qualified staff for that. So that's a journey. So if you are aspiring to be in that business, you have to keep that in mind and learn the lessons from the past, how to grow in the market. We have 3 offices, one in Karachi, another is in Canada, one office in US as well, and very shortly we are opening up an office in Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, because there are a lot of potential for do the work over there because of the Vision 2030 of the Saudi government. We are offering a wide range of services, not only bookkeeping and accounting, a wide range of services cater to the professional needs of the entities around the globe. Out of these 160 to 70 staff, around 90 to 100 staff are working on a real-time basis only for the North American market. We are a SOC 2 Type 2 certified organization, which is a prerequisite for many of our clients based in North America. SOC 2 Type 2 certification is the tantamount of the internal control system, general controls, IT controls of an organization on which the client places reliance on it. So we have a very robust IT communication and security protocols, which is very important and imperative for the North American market. So that's all about the BPO. Now come to the topic of outsourcing, which is export of accounting services from Pakistan. This is a very interconnected world, and the globalization of business has forced the market for the unprecedented opportunities in various sectors, including the accounting sector. And at the moment, the sphere of exporting accounting services from Pakistan is the stage of journey of discovery. We are still learning and discovering what sort of services can be provided to the international market. And in this respect, the importance of IFRS cannot be underestimated. Dear friends, as you are all aware, Pakistan is a country who is committed to adopt the international financial reporting standards, and our professional accountants have the very in-depth and technical knowledge of IFRS, which allows the clients around the globe to rely on and recognize. Now we need to explore that how this knowledge serves as a powerful catalyst for them to enter into the international arena. Like North America, where the demand for the skilled accountants is booming. So next, move on to the slide. On Pakistan's IFRS expertise on global stage. Now I will take you through this slide, that what comparative advantage we do have in the field of export of accounting services. Pakistan, as you all know, adheres to the international financial reporting standards, and which demonstrate its commitment to the global accounting practices. Advanced IFRS knowledge. Due to this commitment, our professional accountants in Pakistan possess in-depth understanding of the IFRS, and they have equipped to handle the complex IFRSs and very complex treatments given in IFRS 3, 9, 15 and 16. Pakistani accountants are highly esteemed and recognized in the international market, and they are recognized for their contribution towards international financial transparency and accuracy. We all know, and through my experience, I can testify that Pakistani accountants are highly respected. They are highly positioned in the not only in the North American market, but in the Middle East market, particularly Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, UAE, Bahrain, Oman, and other countries. So they have their market, and the people rate Pakistani accountants more competent than the regional competitors who are also present there. So that's the advantage we have. Now there is certainly, as Osama said, there is a huge global demand for the skilled accountants. So the demand is for those guys who have very well versed in both IFRS and US generally accepted accounting principles as well. And it has remarkable growth on a global scale in last few years. So North America stands as a prime example that of this escalating demand, and this surge is attributed to the globalization, growth in the economy, and the prevalent outsourcing trends as well in the matured market. There, you may be aware of that there is a decline in the induction in the North American market as well into this profession, and this is because of the fact that there are some strict regulatory supervision and monitoring which has been seen by the young graduates from the colleges that this is not the field we should choose. So there is a decline of induction over there around 7 to 10%. So there is a sudden shortage of the right skilled accountants in this market, where we have the opportunity to tap into. In my experience, the US market opens the door for the Pakistani accountants because they are very distinct and unparalleled to others, and they would like to seek and expand their business over other jurisdictions. So notably, the outsourcing of accounting services emerges as a promising avenue. And this presents a gateway for both professional growth of our accountant and expansion of their business in the North American market as well. So there is a unique opportunity for the Pakistani accountants to enter and thrive in this North American market, because an integral facet of this journey involves acquiring familiarity with North American market practices, and this knowledge amplifies competitiveness on the international stage. So now we will come to the real topic, that what is outsourcing? What is outsourcing? Can anybody answer me? What do you mean by outsourcing? Is there any mic? Partly right, but the correct definition is that the outsourcing is contracting of business processes to a specialized business partner. So globally in the modern organization, they are really focused on strengthening their core competencies amidst economic compulsion, challenges, and competition. So they outsource the routine processes to somebody to take care of. So Peter Drucker said, do what you do best and outsource the rest. So that sums up everything. You do what is your core competency, and rest you should outsource just to focus on your core objective. Now, outsourcing, we understood what is outsourcing. Now, the second question comes to the mind that why outsource? What are the benefits of outsourcing? The first and foremost benefit of outsourcing is the cost effectiveness and value for money. Everybody knows that. The other indirect benefits of outsourcing are that you have access to the expert accountants and business advisors and bookkeepers at your disposal. The business continuity is ensured through outsourcing. It solves the capacity issues of the organization. It ensures effective performance management and enhanced data protection. And it also reduces the administrative hassle of an organization when they take work from the outsourcing, either through the body shopping or if they are outsourcing their general accounting function. So these are a few benefits of outsourcing. Now, what are the benefits of outsourcing from Pakistan? Again, the outsourcing services from Pakistan offers a compelling advantage in terms of cost efficiency and making it an attractive proposition for businesses seeking value. We all know, or some also said, that because of the devaluation of Pak rupees at a great speed in the era of speedy Prime Minister in the last 16 years, our competitive advantage in the market is much, much better. In my experience, when we used to submit proposals, we highly given a tough time and competition by the Indians and Philippines as well, and other regional leaders. But now, since the cost of doing business and in India is more, their rupee is stable, so as their human resources are very expensive. So now they are quoting a very low or high fee than the Pakistan. So this is comparatively an advantage for us to strive in this North American market. As I said earlier, the presence of a skilled workforce armed with advanced IFRS knowledge translates to the delivery of high quality, and that meets the international standards. And our clients, in most of the time, they inspire with the quality of services Pakistani accountants provide through our platform. Now, then we have understood what are the benefits of outsourcing from Pakistan. Now we need to learn what is the scope of accounting services. Can anybody tell me what is the scope of accounting services? What are we talking about? Anyone? Yes. So mic is there.
Assalamu alaikum. So it's bookkeeping and mainly bookkeeping and tax working, as well as the financial reporting and compliance reporting, which is I think which they have or for which they outsource to Pakistan, right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Partly correct and absolutely correct, but there is a huge scope of services which comes under the accounting services, which we can provide. I can tell you based on my experience that what sort of services we are providing under the umbrella of outsourcing of accounting services. Thank you. So Accounting services refers to a range of professional services provided by accountants and accounting firms to the individuals, business, government, and organizations locally and abroad as well. So, as you are aware, accounting services are very essential and key for the decision makers and for the correct financial reporting, tax compliance, and overall financial management. So this function is very important. Now I will talk about that normally what sort of accounting services which we can export in the international market, not only in the North American market, but in the Middle East, UK and Australia as well. So here we are. So the services offered can vary based on the needs of the client and the regulations of the countries involved. I have listed down some of the common accounting services that can be exported from Pakistan, and we are actually exporting these services. Financial reporting and analysis, tax services, bookkeeping and payroll processing, audit and assurance back office work, management consulting, forensic accounting and audit, financial software implementation, international tax and transfer pricing, CFO services, cross-border transactions, internal audits, transaction advisory services, which includes the valuation services. So these sort of services which can be exported from Pakistan to the other jurisdictions. Now we will discuss all these services in detail which can be provided by the Pakistani accountants from here. Financial reporting and analysis in this area, we prepare the financial statements in accordance with the applicable financial reporting standard, whether it's a UK GAAP, US GAAP, or IFRS, and analysis of the financial data to provide insight into the organization's financial performance and trends. Periodic BOD and management reporting, this also falls under this. We can assist the clients in preparation of the financial data for the board and audit committee and management to consider. We also can support the large organizations abroad who do have subsidiaries around the globe in preparing the consolidated financial statements and the group reporting purposes. So this includes in the financial reporting and analysis. In the tax services, we prepare the tax planning and compliance to ensure the client's adherence to tax regulations and optimization of the tax liability. Preparation and filing of the tax return not only for the individuals, for the corporate, and services provided in the area of value-added tax services and other applicable taxes. Let me tell you, sitting here, we can provide all these services, but you need to have a proper team of tax experts who are fully conversant with the tax laws of those countries. We have a team of around 25 to 30 tax professionals who are fully conversant with the US and Canadian taxation. So at both the jurisdictions, we annually file more than 1,000 tax returns for the individuals and corporate over there. And there is still a huge capacity because every Canadian has to file the tax return and every American citizen has to file the tax return. So we can tap into this market as well. Bookkeeping and payroll processing, commonly known as back office accounting support, in which we record the financial transactions and maintain the ledgers, making the reconciliations like bank reconciliations, inventory reconciliations for the company. Payroll processing, just to ensure that it calculates the exact amount of tax, their retirement benefits, and ensuring compliance with the other employment regulations. Instead of providing back office accounting services, which is a full suite of services for any organization, we can also provide resources on a secondment basis, which is one of the options as well. So a lot of our accountants who are on our payroll are working as a finance manager, controller, CFO, to look after the bookkeeping function of those companies. External audit, back office support. So back office audit support is required by the practicing firms in the North American and Canadian market, for which they seek services from the firms like BPO and others in this field to audit their financial statement, perform the auditing procedures which are required under the ISA, and according to their methodology at some point in time they use the use of their own softwares, and ultimately preparing a working paper file online electronically for them to support, review, and then issue their audit opinion thereon. So this is one of the big area which is being currently performed from Pakistan. This also includes performance of the agreed upon procedures, review of the financial statements, and the compilation work as required under the international auditing standards. Locally, you all may be aware of that PwC and PwC guys here. Mr. Farooq Rahman, please welcome the council member. Yeah, very recently, you may be aware of that the EY Rapid is providing back office audit services to their EY Middle East practices, and they employ around 600 to 700 accountants who day and night work for their Middle East clients, providing back office audit support work, perform the audit procedures on the client's data, and prepare the working paper files and send it to the manager and partner over there for their review and sign off. Very recently, PwC has also started these services in Pakistan, Ferguson. They are providing the back office support work for PwC Netherlands, Luxembourg, and other European countries. Deloitte, my friend is here, they are also providing back office audit support work to Deloitte Middle East in a big way. So it's a growing practice that all big four firms, they want to make a near-shore hub in Pakistan. So they are the big players in the market. For a firm like the BPO, we can cater to the small and medium-sized firm who are practicing in the North American market, in USA and Canada, to take services from us. We can do the same, and we are doing the same for those firms in Pakistan from the platform of the BPO. We have around 6 to 8 chartered CPA firms who are based in USA, which is taking the same services from us, and 5 to 6 practicing firms in Canada who are utilizing our services in this respect. We can also provide the management consulting services, which provides the financial advisory services, including budgeting, forecasting, and strategic planning, and offering insight on the financial decisions, merger and acquisitions, and business expansion. The other area is forensic accounting and audit. We also provide certain few clients services of forensic auditing and accounting, just to detect the fraud and provide expert witness in the legal proceedings as well. So that involves the tracing of financial transactions, verifying them, and analyzing the financial data to uncover any irregularities. One other area where we are providing outsourcing services in the local market and internationally as well, which is the fixed assets and inventory management. We can provide whosoever wants to enter into in this business physical verification and tagging using the latest technology, and then reconciliation of the fixed assets items and the inventory items and its reporting to the management. We have performed certain assignments in the Middle East and Saudi Arabia as well. So there is a growing demand of inventory and fixed assets management in the Middle East market, particularly because this is very close to Pakistan. And as far as the North American market is concerned, it is very difficult to physically present over these jurisdictions due to the visa restrictions and high cost of boarding and lodging and traveling. So this services can be specific to the Middle East region. Another area which can be explored is financial software implementation. We can assist the clients with the selection, implementation, and customization of accounting software system, providing training and support to their staff to ensure effective use of the technology. Most of the companies are employing SAP or Oracle over there in their entities, and at times they require services from the accountants to join the team, their finance team over there, and support them in the appropriate implementation of the accounting software which they have adopted. So international tax and transfer pricing, this is also an area where we can provide assistance to our clients. CFO services, this is very important. A lot of accountants who are employing by us are currently working as a virtual CFO of many organizations based in Canada and USA. So this leadership role and this we can provide to our clients based in America, and as you are aware, the cost of CFO is quite high over there, and we can provide a resource which is comparatively quite low, but at the same time a competitive and competent person who can do this role for the American companies. IFRS implementation and advisory. We can also provide services, specific services to the client on the specialized nature of IFRS, like insurance, sales and revenue recognition की है, IFRS 9 है and IFRS 3 है when you go into any merger or acquisition, and financial sector में IFRS 9 is very important. So we can provide services to them. We can also provide services to the companies who are using other international accounting standard rather than IFRS. So IFRS conversion and implementation services can be provided to the clients for complex accounting matters. IFRS training. We can also conduct training of their staff on the various IFRSs as the need may be. Then on the risk advisory services, we can provide, and we are providing, let me share with you, that we are working as an internal auditor for few companies operating in US and Canada. So internal audit outsourcing is also possible, and the companies are getting away with employing the number of internal auditors in their own organization and then take care of their boarding, lodging and pay high payroll costs. They outsource the whole internal audit department to the consultants. So this is one very important area. Business process re-engineering and human resource advisory also comes under the risk advisory, and these services are also in high demand over there. We can provide services to them on the internal control assessment and gap analysis, development of risk metrics for the organization, accounting and control, manual preparations can be done for them. We can also provide organization risk assessment and compliances. So all sort of services are trial and tested in this North American market. There is a growing demand in this area. Transaction and valuation. This is also very important. We can provide an opinion or a working on the purchase price allocation to those clients where they acquire some subsidiary, some other company is a subsidiary or associate. So under IFRS 3, there is a requirement to allocate the purchase price. We can provide services. As I said earlier, implementation support on IFRS 9, 15, and 16. We can also provide services on the cash flow modeling and the business valuation. Sometimes client comes to us and they ask us to value the business because they intend to buy those businesses. Goodwill and impairment and its valuation is another area where the company is struggling, which are small and medium-sized entities. They don't have the resources to perform this activity. Therefore, they rely on the small and medium-sized practices to support them to see how much goodwill or intangible is impaired or not, and its valuation. So this is one area. Due diligence, both commercial, financial, and tax due diligence, they require when they want to buy any entity. So this is all about transaction and valuation. And the last is the information technology. A lot of the clients in the Middle East and the North American market who are newly deploying the Oracle or SAP, they require us to review their post-implementation information system. So we can do this exercise, work for them. IT audits can be done for those clients. And then the development of IT policies and procedures can also be done. Vulnerability and penetration testing of IT structure. This is also required over there. And cyber security and its maturity assessment. This is very in those days where there are some hackers who are hacking the sites. So everybody wants their system to be error-free and nobody can penetrate it. So these are the range of services which we as an accountant can provide in the North American market. Now, having understood what is outsourcing, what is the scope of outsourcing services, and what are the benefits and advantages of outsourcing, and what sort of outsourcing services one can provide from Pakistan, we need to understand, and I would like to touch upon, which is the area of the another keynote speaker, which must be waiting, Osama. It's after Damas. Fahad will be. Yes. Fahad will focus on how to sell those services in this market. But I will touch upon a very little bit, just to give you how much is the size of the market. According to one of the survey, the global accounting outsourcing size is around $80 to $100 billion. $80 to $100 billion. Now, if Pakistan succeeds even getting 1% share out of it, it comes to $1 billion, which is huge at this stage for our country and for the accounting profession. But according to another study carried out by ACCA, and it is estimated that currently the export of accounting services from Pakistan is only about $40 to $50 million combined, to $40 to $50 million, which is nothing when we compare to the regional players like India, Philippines, and in the North American market, in Mexico, Eastern European countries. Shortly we will be taking a break. I can wrap it up in 5 minutes. Okay? So that's the size of the market. Now अब सिर्फ समंदर में कूदने की देर है और मेहनत की देर है. One has to be very focused and determined and committed. Definitely he will succeed because of the current currency parity of Pakistani rupee against other currencies. So very small amount of assignment would be a huge in Pakistani rupees. So that's the competitive advantage of Pakistan. Now I would like to recommend few things for the government of Pakistan, for the practitioners and for the ICAP, how we can increase the market share. Now, more webinars and seminars are required to increase the awareness of the latest global trends at ICAP and government level. As said by Usama, this is one first series of this seminar, and I suggest you do it as quickly as possible because then it will be too late, because the hype in the market, this is an enormous requirement. So we need to do that through our committees over there. Overseas committee can organize programs over there. So I would recommend that more webinars and seminars on these topics are required. Emerging trends such as robotics accounting in educational and examination and training need to be integrated into the curriculum. This is very important because it's all technologies involved, and our accountant, once they qualify as a chartered accountant, they need to be equipped with the techniques of how to use the data analytics and stuff like that. Career counseling sessions in the accounting colleges and professions is also required to increase awareness regarding the profession, the charm which we can see in the next 10 to 15 years in terms of export of accounting services abroad. So we need to guide them, tell them, so this profession could be a lucrative profession to choose for them. It's not only whether you want to go to the profession or industry, but in the profession you have another avenue available, because there is very little activity because of the geopolitical situation of Pakistan. No new industries are coming in. So why not to explore the world which is booming? We need financial support from the government of Pakistan to the small and medium-sized practices to increase export of accounting services in any way, because without patronage at the government level, no country can boost its export. India has done it 20-25 years ago. They have invested so much and they have provided infrastructure support and other financial support to boost their export of accounting and IT services. So why can't we do that? Our government should take this into account. Digital promotion platforms need to be used to market and promote Pakistan as a preferred destination for the accounting services. Our foreign trade officers should make an effort to promote Pakistan in North American market and the rest of the world as well. They can arrange conferences, seminars, outsourcing expos, exhibitions for international clients to come in order to create an awareness that about the Pakistani accountants and their capability. The government has made various technology parks which provide space to the IT service providers who are exporting their services. So they should cater to the export of accounting services as well. They need to provide a space to the new entrants and small and medium practices in the technology park which in my view would give a great result, because when you start a new practice, it is very difficult in these days to cope with the high salary cost and high renting cost as well. Last but not the least, the service quality, commitment and timely delivery needs to be ensured in this market, and which is a key to success in the North American market. As you know, these Goras are very meticulous in terms of the punctuality, attending the office, and what not to say. So you have to be very prompt and punctual, and commitment has to be fulfilled. Otherwise, you will have a wrong number. So, as I said, we have to have a prayer break. It's overdue. And how to enter into this market, I am leaving it for the next keynote speaker, Mr. Fahd. Thank you very much for your patience.